honoring the healthcare heroes of COVID-19, getting water to more communities, lending support to a historic budget debate, and delivering hope through home ownership. You are watching Jamaica House Weekly. I'm Jabertha Atkinson. Welcome.
We gather in solemn remembrance and profound gratitude of the healthcare workers who stood on the front lines during one of the most challenging periods in our nation's recent history.
That period was the COVID-19 pandemic, which spanned 2 years, 2020 to 2022. Jamaica's first confirmed case was on March 10, 2020, and on the 5th anniversary last week, Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness unveiled a monument in recognition of all healthcare workers. It also listed the names of those who died in the line of duty as they served and sacrificed during the pandemic.
They put their duty above their fears, their patients above their own well-being, and in doing so, they saved countless lives. We honor those who did not return home to their families. We must always remember that these are names of mothers and fathers, sons and daughters, friends and colleagues. They were Jamaicans who gave everything to protect their community. As a nation, we owe them more than a monument. We owe them a commitment to never take for granted the sacrifices by those who serve.
Reflecting on the handling of the pandemic by his administration, Dr. Holness had this to say.
There was no panic, but like everything else that it is unknown and uncertain, you had a kind of foreboding sense. But the administration steel itself, we were prepared and we were able to mobilize and address the challenge in a very creditable way in almost all aspects of the management of the pandemic.
The Prime Minister says Jamaica is now better prepared for future shocks following the COVID-19 pandemic. He asserts that the pandemic exposed vulnerabilities that the government has since worked tirelessly to address through necessary economic reforms.
Because of the difficult but necessary economic reforms we have undertaken, Jamaica is now better prepared for future shocks, whether it is another pandemic, a natural disaster, or a global economic downturn. Today, our healthcare sector is stronger. It is stronger in terms of the infrastructure. It is stronger in terms of the number of professionals that we have.
Last Tuesday is etched in history with the country's first female Minister of Finance, Favour Williams, having delivered the opening of the budget debate. Her presentation delivered on several commitments by the government, and Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness was there giving his support. On Friday, Prime Minister Holness journeyed to St. Elizabeth, where he commissioned Phase 3 of the Middle Quarters Pipeline project. The $24 million investment is benefiting over 1,000 residents in the community of Runit.
I'm very pleased to be able now to say that the people of Runit will have their own water supply.
It was also revealed that major progress was being made to improve water access for the whole of St. Elizabeth and Manchester. 5 new pumps are being installed to push water through a 24-inch pipeline to the Gutters pumping station. This will ensure a stronger and more reliable water supply for over 100,000 residents and is being done under the $4 billion Greater Mandeville Water Supply Project.
When we lay these pipes, we sink these wells, we put in the pumps. This will last us for another 50 years. With proper maintenance, it could go up to 70 years. But you consider this investment to be a kind of 100-year investment. So we are putting in place the capacity to support the growing urban center in Mandeville.
While in St. Elizabeth, Dr. Holness also gave the keys to new beginnings to 3 families. The homes were delivered under the new social housing program.
What we do as a government is to employ a very robust system to ensure that the people who need it are the people who get it.
And finally, Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness extends condolences to the family, friends, and supporters of Calvin George Scott, affectionately known as Cocoa Tea. Dr. Holness says his smooth vocals and compelling lyrics gave us timeless classics like Rocking Dolly and I Lost My Sonia, songs that have become anthems on our cultural landscape. Beyond his musical genius, Dr. Holness says Cocoa Tea was a beacon of kindness and generosity, consistently uplifting the less fortunate and embodying the warmth of our nation. Prime Minister Holness went on to say that Cocoa Tea's influence extends beyond our shores, touching hearts worldwide and solidifying Jamaica's place on the global musical stage. He's encouraging fans as they mourn his passing to celebrate the rich legacy he left behind, a legacy of melody, compassion, and cultural pride. And that's it for Jamaica House Weekly. Be sure to join us next time for more of the news stories coming out of the office of the Prime Minister.